Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you are new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today because it is Sunday and y'all already know it is mimosas and makeup in my teacher cup. I have a mimosa in here. It is J. Roger Brut orange juice, a little bit of pineapple rum, and lemon slices. I have lemon slices in here. The lemon slices are old, but I don't care. I'm excited. I have the new Nomad Hudson Valley palette, and I'm gonna do swatches in 2 looks and tell you about all the shades. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you wanna hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. You know I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So yeah, Nomad, I feel like they are releasing a little more often this year, which must mean that they are traveling a lot. So yes, I'm all for the travel. I am putting some more travel details in my life. So Nomad is always very inspirational when it comes to their destinations. I'm always looking for different places to add to my little bucket list of travel. And I love that, you know, since they had baby Nomad, they're taking baby Nomad along, and the baby gets to see all of the beautiful destinations. And that's what really makes Nomad special, just the inspiration that they take from the places that they visit and how they put it into their palette, how they design the palettes on location. I think that is so special about this brand. It really sets them apart and makes them really unique. I am also really honored to be on the PR list. So this palette was sent to me and I will have all the pricing and launch information. It is gonna be launching this week, so everything will be in the description box. The last palette not the last palette. The last palette they sent me was Costa Rica, but the palette before that was the Provence palette. They had lavender, like real lavender in the packaging, and I just thought that was such a special touch. And they always do something really special with each palette. And this palette, they include a guide to the Hudson Valley Foliage Trail. And what I love about this the most is that I did not that I don't enjoy it, because I do, but sometimes I'm pressed for time. I did not have to research all the shades because it's actually inside of this map that they sent, and there's a guide here to the Hudson Valley Foliage Trail. So I am going to be reading this when I talk about the shades. Let's go ahead and take a look at this palette. Now, as you're watching this, just know the palette full reveal was yesterday. Prior to that, they had released 8 shades, and I knew right away that this was gonna be a color story that I loved. I'm also gonna compare it to Haunted Europe as well as America's Parks in case you need help making a decision on whether or not this is something you would like, or if it is similar to something that you already have. All right, so here is the palette. And the 4 shades that were released, there were some warmer ones that were released and then some cooler ones. I love the layout of this because you only have 3 shimmers in this palette, but the shimmers divide the palette in half between the warm shades and the cool shades. So what I'm gonna do is just show you each shade up close. They always have the cutest embossings. I have swatched this already, so they're not totally pristine, but the embossings are still there. And as I show you the shades, I'm going to read about each one. Then I'm gonna show you swatches of the palette. We will get into 2 looks, then the comparisons, and I'll give you my final thoughts of how I feel about this. All right, so first we have a cider house, and it says Angry Orchard. Yes, an Angry Orchard found in the heart of the Hudson Valley cider houses. They offer tours and tastings of ciders only found here. It's great for cider lovers and novices. Next up is Fall Festival, a family fun day full of live music, contests, art exhibits, raffles, vendors, and food and beverage. Especially the beverage, best suggestion. All right, moving on. Next is Corn Maze. Keswick Farm is a great place for fall activities, and with one of the biggest corn mazes in the valley, getting lost has never been so fun. And they are including the addresses of all these different places. Sounds like I might need to make a trip. Moving on. Farmer's Market is a super cute farm with a market full of fresh produce and local delicacies. Pick your own apples, hike around the scenic trails, or hang out with goats. Ooh. And this Farmer's Market shade is, you know, one of the cooler ones. So I think it's a little interesting contrast in this palette. Okay. We have a Ghost Tour. Home to the Headless Horseman. Historic Sleepy Hollow comes alive for Halloween. Cemetery strolls, haunted hayrides, and Halloween parades are just some of the fun here. Ew. All right, let me calm down. All right, we're going to the second row. We have Great Pumpkin Patch, which is a must-see. Meander in an 18th century landscape to find over 7,000 illuminated jack-o'-lanterns, intricately carved, creating everything from Statue of Liberty to a working windmill. Not a working windmill. Yes, I'm for that. Now, I love this shade right here. This is like peanut butter from Sydney Gray's, my perfect transition. So I'm here for it. Apple picking. Perfect place to go apple and pumpkin picking in the fall. At this family establishment, you can enjoy local delicacies from their market, cider from their tavern, or lunch overlooking the farm. Foliage Trail. The world's longest elevated pedestrian bridge. It is the perfect spot to take in the exquisite fall foliage along the Hudson River. Okay, I would love to go on the Foliage Trail. I'm into that. I need to see how far this area of New York, did I mention it's in New York? I need to see how far this is from Baltimore. I don't know if we'll make it this fall, but this sounds really nice. Let's keep it going. Mountain hike. Popular destination for day hikes with over 70 miles of trails and stellar panoramic views from Breakneck Ridge and Little Stony Point. Yes. Lastly, we have Apple Cider Donut. Donut, like do not miss this place for the best apple cider donuts in the Hudson Valley. They receive Baby Nomad's enthusiastic thumbs up. Baby Nomad. Starting with the last row, we have Oktoberfest, a gorgeous state park to hike, bike, and picnic in. Bear Mountain also hosts one of the best Oktoberfests in the valley. So grab your beer stein and Prost. Sorry, I'm not a beer drinker, so sorry. However, this one, Wine Harvest. Visit the oldest winery in the U.S. for tours of vast underground cellars and tastings of traditional and unique New York wines. Now, I would like to do this. Leaf peeping. One of the best parks in the state, full of hiking trails to explore, waterfalls to discover, and of course, fall foliage to go leaf peeping. Bed and breakfast. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, this charming inn is located in the heart of the Hudson Valley, overlooking the mighty river. And finally, farm to table. Campus food never tasted so good. A delicious farm to table experience brought to you by the students and faculty at the Culinary Institute of America. Oop, there it goes. Sorry, I couldn't keep it still and read. So I love that they put this guide in here, and when I did message her, I was like, I love this. And she was just talking about how they're always trying to do something different. So now if I do want to plan a trip to the Hudson Valley, I just have a whole list of activities that I can do. And here is another picture of the guide. So here it is. I just think this is a really nice touch. This is the first time that something like this has been included, at least in the palettes that I have. There was also a sticker here. So you take this little piece off that was stuck on the front, and it's got this beautiful, like I could wear this for a perfume or like a body spray. It's like a apple cinnamon fall scent. It's like the one I like to use for my plugins in the fall. I love that. So I just like that Nomad always tries to take you with them. You know what I mean? And one of the things that I don't see a lot of content creators do is like really get into the destinations. And you know, and it just depends on who you are, but that's what sometimes takes my Nomad palettes a little bit longer to film, because I do like to know the inspiration behind like shade names and things like that, especially when it comes to a destination. And that's kind of why I didn't get Costa Rica up, because I have not had the time since I went back to work, like right after I got it. I haven't had the time to really look up all the places. I just hate getting on here and not knowing how to pronounce things, and or like, why did they make this color, you know, and so on. So anyway, I know I saw Heather Austin had posted her review on this, because she be locked and loaded. I don't know how she does it, but I can't. So I was like, can I do it for Mimosas and Makeup? She was like, that'd be perfect. So let me cut into the swatches. So as you're looking at the swatches, you should be seeing them right now. I really enjoy the way that the palette swatched. The shimmers in the Costa Rica palette were really nice as well. I was a little nervous because I didn't particularly like the shimmers in the Provence palette. It may have had to do with the overall color story, because even though it was an interesting color story, it wasn't my color story in particular. But I feel like those shimmers were a little flakier, whereas these are a little smoother and creamier. So I was really happy with that. And I also feel like this palette is really lending itself to one and done eyeshadow looks. And I'm really into that because of the limited time that I have in the morning now. I am still filming here and there in the morning, but I'm getting up and filming around 6:30 in order to do that. And it's not easy. I haven't been able to do it as much. And if I'm not filming and I'm just putting on the eyeshadow, it's still a lot for me to do like an intricate look. So most of my looks have been really no more than 3 shades. So a one and done is gonna be great. And this palette really lends itself to that. A lot of these shades, I mean, I just think would look so good by themselves with one of these shimmers in the inner corner, or just using one of the mattes as a transition, one of the shimmers on the lid, and maybe taking like this yellow shade, which you're gonna see in the first look that I use in the inner corner, as a point. I usually use shimmers, not mattes, but was just trying something different. Even this Ghost Tour shade would be one that I would use in the inner corner as a highlight. I think it would go great with a look from this side. So let's go ahead and get into the first look. You're gonna see that's more of a first impressions look. I was doing it before work, so it might not be like flawless, but you can kind of see, you know, where this palette is going with the warmer looks. And then for the look I'm gonna create second, which is, you know, what I'm getting ready to film now, we're gonna look at some of these cooler shades and see. But overall, I really like this color story. I think it's really interesting. So let's go ahead and get into that. And then we will look at America's Parks, Haunted Europe, and then wrap it up. Hey y'all, okay, it is Friday. I'm excited. Not that my weekends are awesome. Not that my weekends are super relaxing, but work is just, whew, it's good, but it's just a lot going on. So anyway, I'm really excited. This came yesterday, and I have not been doing the greatest job of getting my Nomad content up. They don't ask me to do any content at all, like no posts, nothing. But these are videos I enjoy doing. So I still want to do the Costa Rica palette, but this palette, this color story is just probably going to be one of my favorites from them. So this one, Haunted Europe, America's Parks, those 3 I believe are going to be my top. Those 2 are my top now, but I feel like I'm going to add this. And one of the things that I'm noticing about this palette is like, there's a lot of shades that I would do in here for just a one and done look. They're very similar to some of the shades that I picked out in my one and done video for eyeshadow singles. So I could see myself doing that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do a little preliminary look. This is totally unplanned. I'm even surprised I'm able to film this. So let's just go ahead and get into it. What's your predicament? Okay, I want to go ahead and start with Wine Harvest, I think. I have on green, but I don't care about matching. So that's this. I'm gonna mess up this beautiful embossing. Haven't swatched the palette yet, so I am not sure, you know, how anything performs, but we're just gonna go ahead and play around. On my face, I'm wearing my sunscreen by Tatcha. I'm wearing the Tatcha Denona Hygiene. Okay, I don't know why I put this highlighter like that. I have on the Dior concealer, Chantecaille powder, and then the Chantecaille highlighter, and I wasn't really paying attention. I forgot this has a little bit of pigment to it, so it's a little like champagne-y up there. That's okay. I'm using a What's Up Beauty 102 R102 brush, and that's kind of a tapered blending brush. It's really good for the crease too. And I'm just kind of going at a slant with this Wine Harvest shade, which is really beautiful. And it looks nice, like you can really diffuse it out, it seems. So let's just do that. I've been putting my eyeshadow on a little bit different lately. Just trying some different application styles. This is not Dew. I think this is Sweat. Just FYI. Because y'all know how it is in the mornings, getting the boys together. Sometimes in the morning I don't miss recording. And then sometimes I do. What? No, you don't need that. You pulled that off the shelf, I think. Okay, August, study brushing your teeth, please. No. Okay, it's 7:05. Okay, don't brush them. Don't brush them. It's your mouth and your bad breath. Nasty. Like, come on, brush your teeth. I have on the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I have on RMS blush in Mai Tai. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a little peachy orange shade. And then on my lips, I have the Dior Lip Shine in the shade Dior Bar, which is funny because this one is super deep, but I love that it doesn't translate that way on the lip. So I don't have to worry about like that harsh line that I can't stand. My primer's still a little tacky, so this is working by just patting it in. I think that's a little more accurate. I was looking real pale. You want to say good morning?
Good morning.
Hold on. You want to say good morning?
Good morning.
It's too much. Actually, just say good morning and keep it pushing. Let's check out Fall Festival on the same brush.
Keep going.
I am going. Going to put that on the outskirts of Wine Harvest. And then just kind of bring it over a little bit. I think that's a really pretty blend. Oh yeah, it looks really nice.
Why are you stopping?
I'm not stopping, I'm blending. I just realized, okay. Like, I thought you were stopping because of my pee sound. Like, what? Just switching brushes to this fluffy Morphe brush. Just bringing everything over and merging everything together. Because if you get water on the floor, you're getting it up. All right. This is what we're working with so far. I feel like this light is doing too much. Okay. All right, I really like how this looks. Let's see what shimmer we want to use. Ooh, let's do Leaf Peeping. So here's Leaf Peeping. I like saying peeping. Okay, calm down. Oh yes, okay. Now I do know some people recommend using a glitter primer. I am not, just can't get up to get that right now. Love these type of shades. I love this. This is like an orangey gold. I really like this. You know what? Did Marky already brushed his teeth, so you need to worry about your teeth.
It's not working.
Okay, can you brush your teeth though? Thank you. I will get him a new battery for his. Is that your toothbrush? Okay, where's yours? My concern is that you don't. You couldn't have brushed that fast. So sorry. So sorry you thought that was acceptable. Just bringing this up a little bit. I just want to make sure you can see that shimmer because it's really pretty. And the shimmers in the Costa Rica palette were really nice too. The shimmers in the Provence palette were not like my favorites, but Costa Rica and this one, yes.
I roll it back.
What? Get your shoes on, August, because we're going to leave. It's 7-Eleven. We got to go.
7-Eleven? Oh, let's go 7-Eleven.
I'm not going to 7-Eleven. I don't even go to 7-Eleven. I'm going back into Wine Harvest with this Sydney Grace brush here. Just to put this back in there on that outer corner area. Oh yeah. Blend this out a little more.
Sounds like the construction factory.
What construction factory?
Yeah, the one I called. 1-800-245. Now.
What is the construction number?
1-800-245.
I thought you were doing the Luna commercial.
You said that's what
877-245.
Oh.
Luna.
Oh, wait, was it 877-245?
Dun 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 dun. Luna.
Wait, you said bye now?
No, I thought they said Luna. Okay, it's going to the fall festival because it's doing too much.
Fall festival.
Stop! I'm about to fall in the fall festival.
No.
Have a MSQ brush.
Why are you crocs right there?
August, go
Hi.
wash your face or something.
But why?
I don't understand why people don't want to be clean. Like being clean is
Why you don't know I'm joking?
because you give me a hard time, and I really don't think you're joking, to be honest with you.
Okay, the 3-pound weights. Wait.
All right, sorry, I didn't zoom in. Fall festival.
With Grown Joe. Whoa.
Not Grow with Joe. I'm done. Not with. I'm so done with him. Let's go into Cider House for the inner corner. Wing wing.
1, 2, 3.
We're gonna do a Grow with Joe this evening. That's what we're gonna do.
Grow with Joe. Hour a week. Go with Joe. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not playing. Let's Grow with Joe. She be getting it. I'll link her YouTube channel if you're interested. If you don't know.
Did you subscribe?
All right, y'all. Here's the look.
Did you subscribe to your channel?
Do I subscribe to my own channel?
No. Grow with Joe.
I don't know. I don't think she subscribed, but that's okay.
No, do you subscribe to her?
I do. Okay, y'all. Let me go ahead.
You subscribe to your own channel?
Of course. You should. You believe in yourself. I'm gonna get on my liner. I don't know about this lighting. I know I look real shiny, so I will be back with the finished look. Oh, and mascara too. Okay. Here's the finished look. Let me zoom in.
Ow. What are you doing? Hey, stop!
I'm showing the finished look.
Why you don't want me in the picture?
I do, but I'm showing the finished look. People want to see the eyes at least. They can see you too, but all right, here we go. Okay, I like this look. So that's that. The performance was great. It was, the mattes were great. The shimmer that I used, I really liked it. It wasn't like crumbly or flaky, because some of, just depending on what shade they're doing, they can be like that. But I did not experience that with this. And I think the look really comes together nicely with the little peachy blush that probably looks blown out in this lip. I love it. We're ready.
In the camera, do I blend it into the bed a little bit?
A little bit. A little blended into the background, yeah.
Because look right there, you see the bed.
All right, say goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Marky is doing his thing. We're about to go to work.
Even he has working YouTube on his iPad.
Yeah, I'm taking regular. So regular YouTube, just so y'all know, regular YouTube is gone from their iPads. I told y'all.
How about you?
I'm grown.
It's not fair.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. We're making lifestyle changes. So tell them we'll see them in the next look.
Mom, why you not put regular YouTube back on my iPad? I'm watching it.
All right, y'all. We gotta go. Marky, say bye.
Bye. Put YouTube off your iPad.
All right, you guys. So I do hope that you enjoyed that first look. I did. And you know what? I think a great enhancement for that first look, you know, looking at it again, was I would add, and I did, it might have been, I'm trying to think of what video it was in. It might have been in my purchase or pass, but I would add this apple picking shade to that look. I love this shade, and I think adding a little more of that red in the crease would be really, really beautiful. So let's go ahead and get into the second look. I have this brush here by Elena Badro, I don't know. And we're gonna go ahead. Let me just tell you what's on my face so you know. I have on, it's probably the same stuff I always have on. Chanel Complexion Touch, Tasha Hygiene. I have on the Chantecaille powder. I have on the bronzer in Goa. I have that on really light, and I kind of used it as a blush bronzer, and then I topped it with At Night from Hourglass. Both of those products, the Goa bronzer and the At Night from Hourglass, are really, really deep. So I go in really light, and the lights from the, you know, camera lights and stuff are not really helping. But with Goa, because of the tone of it, you can only wear certain colors, and I don't think pink looks good with that. And I think At Night was a really great blush for here, because At Night is red, so I thought that would be perfect. I have on the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. So let's go ahead and get into it with this brush. Hopefully this is a good one. I really still need to clean my brushes. I'm gonna go into Apple Cider Donut. And I am gonna try a cool tone look and see how it looks. And I'm gonna just stick this shade. Let's see what it looks like here on the inner transition area. So you can see it there. Really cool tone. Kind of an odd, not odd, but it's a different shade for me. It's, is this reminding me of Concrete Road from Sydney Grace? Maybe. I feel like I have a shade like that. It's either Concrete Road or Rover from Sydney Grace. Don't get me the line, but I do like this. These mattes in the first look and this one are going on just really nice, really smooth, like no complaints. There's a little powder, you know, when you dip your brush in, but I mean, I don't care about that. So I like this, and I like this here in this area. It's real subtle. I think it looks good. Hello. Excuse me? Your charger? Yeah. Do I have it? Why don't you check in my book bag? People don't want to be great. Not that Michael Jackson. August asked me today, was Michael Jackson still alive? And I sadly had to tell him no. Sad. Farmer's Market is, I'm not gonna go into Farmer's Market, no. I'm gonna go into Mountain Hike, yes, that's what I'm gonna do. And let's use the same brush and kind of just see if we can merge this on out. Ooh, okay. Okay, so when I think about these shades here, like Mountain Hike is reminding me a bit of Bravo from Sydney Grace. I love these types of shades, like the army green, grungy greens. Yes, it's almost like a brown green. Ooh, look at that. Look at that transition. Oh, I'm really happy with this, because I didn't know what I was gonna do for the second look. I'm already more happy than the first look with this, and I'm surprised, because it's a cool tone look. But you can't go wrong with green. Like, who can go wrong with green? Not me. Ooh, yeah, love that. Same thing on the other side. I'm loving this. And it's crazy, because you know, when it's a color story you like, it's just like, you can just, the joy that it brings, you're just like, yes, that's how I feel right now. Oh yes, okay. I don't see any patchiness. This is looking really good. I am now gonna switch to a Refer 13 into Bed and Breakfast. That's this one here. So that's another like brown green. A green. Okay. Or a ground. What do you call it? What do you call it? Green, brown. You know, it'd be like purple. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this on the outer corner. I've been doing this little slant application lately and I've been really liking it. I don't know if it's really doing anything, but I feel like it is. So I love this. I feel like we could even go deeper, but look at that. Look at, okay. Like the depth of this shade, I love it. The smoke.
I'm done.
You're all done what? Dinner? Oops.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm going to, okay.
I go, where we going?
Oh, we're not going anywhere. It's almost 9 o'clock. Oh, it's 8:30. I am going to get you in the showers. That's where you're going. Oh, 9 o'clock is dessert train. I have Klondike bars and then chocolate chip.
What the funny balls?
What?
Chocolate ball.
Yeah, it's called a Klondike. Can you say Klondike?
Kind of balls.
Well, what you do for a Klondike bar?
What's the kind of
It's in the
ball?
freezer. I said at 9. At 9. I didn't tell you about my lips. It's a Chantecaille lip sheet. I really need to not get a hold of these things. But I got this for $20 on eBay. It was new. I don't care if it wasn't. I love this. $20 versus $40. I'm here for it. Oh, let me give you the shade name. Hold on. Let me get you some sandwiches. It's called Patience. It is like one of my little nude favorite type shades. I mean, you can barely see this, but it just feels so good. Like, I just want to put it on like 20 times. That's how I feel. All right. Now, we're going to go into Corn Maze, which is the green shimmer. Because see, now this would be a nice all matte look, okay? Didn't I tell you this was an all matte look? Like, yeah, it could be, but I don't want to do that. I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and shimmer it up. Just give it a little glitz and glam. I think this looks good. I think the contrast of this green looks great with this deeper look here. Yes, I did not spray this. This is like great. It's not ashy. This is really nice, real nice. Now they're not really sparkly or anything like that. Very smooth, not as rich as the Sydney Grace shimmers. More thin, but still effective. And that's what we need. All I need is effective, because I think this looks really great. Oh, this is my favorite look so far with the palette. Now what I do want to do is, and hopefully this doesn't mess it up, but I want to go into Farm to Table with the same Refer 13 and just give the outer edge a little more oomph here, just a little bit. I think these two kind of army greens and the brown really, yes. Now this looks nice. Okay, I'm here for this. Yeah, love this. Look at that, pretty. All right, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a Refer, which one is this? 02. And what we're gonna do, let's go into Farmer's Market and put that underneath the lower lash line. All of these are kind of merging together, not necessarily into one shade. I can see that this is brighter though. I can. So I like that. This is really pretty. Oh my gosh. It's so sad because it's almost 9 o'clock at night, which means I'm going to just be washing this off. Very sad. Sad times. All right. All we need now is the inner corner. Wait. And I did not use Foliage Trail. Let's just see what that looks like. It might be too much. Let's just, oh, I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. This is great here. Oh, I love now this right here. Now this is a look. Now the first look I was just more so playing around. It was nice, but it could use some polish. This, oh, this is polished for me. Just bring that up like that. Okay, here is the second look. Okay, and look at this matchy. This favorite of the two so far. I cannot wait to see what else I can pull up with this palette, even though I cannot do it in this video. I think I'm going to search for my Charlotte Tilbury Green Lights liner, because that's gonna go perfect. The matte deep green, a deep green liner is gonna set this off. So let me go ahead and do that and the mascara. Then we'll come back for the comparisons and wrap it up. All right, y'all, I am back with the finished look. I am really thrilled with it, to let you know. I use the Charlotte Tilbury Green Lights liner, the matte green side, and then I just used the Dior Show mascara. And I love how this turned out because it's cooler toned, but there's hints of warmth with the inner corner Holoid and with the green shimmer. So this is a perfect mix. I really do love to mix warm and cool tones together. I think that's like perfection. All cool looks I think are okay on me, but they are just not my favorite looks on me. I love creating the looks, but they're not favorites on me. So this is the perfect blend. These are my tones. It is earthy. It still, to me, says fall because it's like, it has the depth in it. I love the color for the inner corner highlight. I'm really happy with this look. And this look has really made me fall in love with this palette, because I know, like, I've done looks like this too. The tones that I gravitated to initially were these warmer tones. So when I can do something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone and like it, I just really appreciate it. So yes, there's even more that you can do with this palette. You know, like kind of crossing the lines with the cools and the warms are gonna be, you know, some things that you can do. And you don't even have to use the shimmers, but the shimmers definitely add a really beautiful touch to the palette. So what I want to do now is show you my two favorite palettes from Nomad, and this has been pretty consistent for some time now, is the Haunted Europe palette, which let's start with that. I believe this is going to be discontinued. It was just on sale for 25% off. I wanted to try to pull this out in a video. I ended up using it for work well, last week when you're watching it, and I posted it, but I didn't get a chance to film it. But the picture of the look is on my Instagram. I just think these are going to be nice together. So let me see if I can get them up. So they're the two palettes, and you see that, you know, Haunted Europe is a lot cooler, but I think that the warmth from the Hudson Valley palette could go nicely with a lot of these shades. So I just think these two together would be a really brilliant combination. And the other palette that I wanted to show you is America's Parks, which in my mind seemed a bit similar to this one. So these look like great companions. I would say even more so than the Haunted Europe palette. So there aren't any like real similarities. And I think if you have Haunted Europe or, the America's Parks palette, I think you could still get the Hudson Valley palette and you're not duping anything. You're still getting a really different color story. So I'm not going to compare any other palettes. I just thought those really flow so nicely together. Thanks. So I'm checking for the pricing information. Now, Haunted Europe, it says it's still on sale for 25% off. So that's great. That's really great. That's what it says on their site. Now, the palettes that are 15 shades, typically they go for $39. So I believe that this palette is going to be $39, and it's going to launch on Tuesday, September 20th around 12:01 a.m. EST. And my code for 10% off is FRIZZFACE. And this is not affiliated. I don't get any money or anything like that. but it will save you 10%. So I'm always about saving money. If you don't want to use my code, use a code. There's more out there. I want to say that Makeup Release Radar has a code, and there's other content creators that have a code. So definitely save 10% if you can. You can, not if you can. Definitely save 10%. All right, y'all. So that is it. I really like this palette. You can probably see it in my face. Like when I come up with an eye look that I just feel like I mesh with, it's just such a great feeling. That's my cue. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another Mimosas and Makeup. I'm getting close to 100 Mimosas and Makeups, which is crazy to me. So I thank you all for being here. It's just really special. So, and Nomad is really special. So again, thank you to Nomad Cosmetics for thinking of me enough and sending me this palette. And you know, they send the palette to me with no strings attached. You know, they don't say you need to do this or can you do this or we want you to do this. They don't say, she doesn't say anything. And I appreciate that. And but I find joy in, you know, trying out the palettes and things like that, especially with a brand that I connect with. So I am always grateful, thankful, and humble, you know, when they want to send me things. And just, you know, with me not getting the video up for the last palette, I was just like, ugh, I felt bad. But they're like, you know, no, she's like, no worries, you know, it's okay. Like, I'm just like, it just was a really inopportune time. So I do appreciate your kindness, Nomad, as always. So until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all really soon. Bye.